Hello guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. In this video, I am going to address the section 2, which is the cue card in IELTS speaking. What to do as an IELTS test taker, what steps I did, how did I think once the question was in front of me, how did I ideate, what content did I take. So everything right from the scratch, right from the first step when you are accustomed to the question that you have to speak about. So guys, watch the video till the end because I'm going to cover each step in quite a little detail so that you understand how you have to take it when you are put into that situation. So without any delay, let's get started. Now let's start when the question is given to us. For my case, the question is appearing on the screen. So guys, the first and the foremost thing that I did was I put myself into that situation. So here the question is demanding a special event or an occasion. So I put myself into that occasion. I relived that occasion. अब occasion क्या हो सकती है यहाँ पे? Special event, right? It could be a birthday. मेरी ऐसी ट्रिप जो मैंने रिसेंटली ली हो और जो बहुत मेमोरेबल हो. इट कुड बी एन अचीवमेंट. मुझे ऑफिस ने प्रमोट किया हो या मैं किसी इवेंट पे गई हूँ और मैंने वहाँ पे कोई कंपटीशन जीत लिया. तो इट कुड बी प्रोफेशनल, इट कुड बी फेमिलियर, इट कुड बी इन टर्म्स ऑफ योर पर्सनल लाइफ. सो ऐसा सिचुएशन आप पहले सोचो एंड पुट योर सेल्फ इन दैट सिचुएशन. इफ यू हैव हैड एनी ऑफ सच इवेंट देन ग्रेट. If not, then try to build that in your head. इसको कहते हैं स्टोरी टेलिंग. कहानियां तो सारी सच नहीं होती, right? You have to build it. Similarly, here you have to build it. Now, in this case, guys, the first thing that I did was after putting myself into that situation, I picked one event and penned it down. So, I'm going to talk about in this video birthday of my grandmother. That's a special event for me. And how, I'll tell you in the coming content. Now guys, step 2 is that once the question paper is right in front of you, you are given a minute. The examiner will put the stopwatch on and you have to now pen down your thoughts. Now in this step 2, you have to take care that you make pointers. Only pointers, which means just 2 to 3 words at the max you have to write it down. Don't write sentences because you don't have that much time. You have to think also, you have to write also. And why we are writing is because later on, when we'll be speaking it out, we tend to forget certain pointers. So this writing it down really makes us, it makes us handy at that time when you are forgetting the pointers. So now what you do is, I will mention all the questions, answers that have been given to me. For example, what is the special event? My grandmother's birthday. What was special about it? I will say what all I did. For example, I mentioned that I danced, my grandmother's friends were there, we had a specific dress code, and so on and so forth. So I mentioned these 3 pointers. Now, when it is celebrated, I celebrated, so I will just write the date, 26 July. That's it. Okay, the next question is, where did you celebrate? At grandmother's farmhouse. Who was with you? Family and her friends. I'm penning it down, right? As soon as I saw the questions, I started penning it down, which means 2 to 3 words at the max for every question given to me. Now you must be wondering what is the need to mention all the pointers or what is the need to cover all the questions. But here it is important, guys. When the examiner gives you a question, he will give you sub questions also. And you are expected to include all the answers around those sub questions. If you skip on that, there will be a deduction in your IELTS speaking score, right? So be very critical about this. Now what I have done, the step 2, I have done it, which is to make pointers in that 1 minute. Now is the time, guys, when the examiner will ask me to speak it out for 2 minutes. One important thing before we proceed to what I spoke in the test, I have to mention here, guys, that you can add on different pointers also. Like what I did when I have mentioned all the 3 to 4 pointers that were a part of that question, I also made a point. If I had time, I made an extra pointer or extra pointers. Like I wrote that there were cakes, because my grandmother loves cakes. And then I also mentioned that what was specific about that farmhouse. We had kept tables and chairs and sofas. So, and then comma, and added a line for a decoration, that the decor was very beautiful. So now I know that if I end on the content, which is my main part, the four sub questions, if I end that and I have still time left, I will take up these extra pointers that will help me to fulfill the time band of 2 minutes. So that's a smart way, guys, and you can adopt this strategy as well. Now let's proceed on what I said when the examiner started the stopwatch. It was my grandmother's birthday, and it was her 80th birthday this year, which made it very special. We had celebrated on 26 July 2022 at her farmhouse. Her farmhouse is very spacious, there is a lot of greenery, and we love visiting her farmhouse on weekends. So that's why it was a take that this time we will celebrate her birthday in the farmhouse only. Now, what made it special was that we called all her friends whom she had not met for past 20 years. It brought a lot of nostalgic feelings. She got very emotional and at the same time very happy. She hugged each of her friends and thanked us for organizing the surprise birthday party. The event was sponsored by my father. He funded for all the resources that we bought. I took in charge of calling her friends and making sure that they are comfortable while visiting the farmhouse. I also arranged for a lot of sofas and chairs and tables so that they don't have to walk a long distance and they can just sit and rest and enjoy the moment. Another thing was that we ensured that the decors had a color orange somewhere within them, or completely orange for that matter, because orange is the favorite color of my grandmother. Apart from that, my mother cooked a lot of dishes and they were very delicious. My sister took in charge of speaking and making every guest very comfortable. My grandmother also loves old Hindi songs, and that is what we played on her birthday. Old Bollywood music, which really made her happy and danced to the tunes. That moment was very memorable for us, and we still recall it. So guys, if you see that I took 2 minutes and I spoke every inch of what I could. The only secret behind this technique is I put myself into that situation. And to be honest, it has never happened. मेरी grandmother का 80th birthday नहीं हमने celebrate करा है, and it never happened the way I described. So this is what I called storytelling, right? Put yourself in the situation, make pointers, be clear on what you have to speak, and then speak it out with confidence. You know, the listener will also think that no, this has genuinely happened. So if you like this content, guys, if the pointers were helpful and the strategy at the same time, please hit the subscribe button and stay tuned for more content.